And we're back.
You beat me to it. Yep, we're back. Fight Club, episode 2. First rule of Fight Club, make sure you share the podcast with everyone. Second rule of Fight Club, so
Make sure you share it with
it.
everyone.
Third rule of Fight Club, let's get into the bloody
straight
podcast.
into it.
Right, where we're starting, so obviously the Day of Reckoning
Main
event has happened. Let me get that word in with the whole flipping name, because I just hate the whole name of the event.
Crap name.
Cringy, in my opinion.
Very cringy.
Right, especially the way it panned out.
Yeah.
Let's be real, that's what we're going to get into. We'll break down the fights before we get into the atmosphere and how that was. Joshua, Wallin, main man.
Yeah, impressed by Joshua. I mean,
Okay.
Wallin obviously gave Fury a little bit of a test. And I expected a bit of a harder fight for Joshua. I expected it to
Has
go...
Wallin not lived off Fury?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's be real.
There's no doubt.
I know why you had that little smirk on your face before you start the answer, because you know I'm going to be...
Yeah,
You think I'm going to be messing about, but I genuinely mean it, innit?
Yeah, no, 100%. He's living off the...
And what did he really do in the Fury fight?
Just caught him in it and made it hard for him. And
That's
he
it?
It was a lot of dirty tactics in that fight, to be honest with you.
There was a lot of dirty tactics.
Yeah, but...
It was Fury's second tune-up fight before fighting Wilder.
yeah,
Second
so
time.
he wasn't fully fit, yeah.
Yeah, he was just getting in there,
Getting into the groove again.
Wallin's lived off that for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
He's coming, giving a bit of the big
I
talk, if
think
you ask me.
the energy came within the press conference, like, obviously
100%.
Joshua was quite respectful, generally. And
Joshua was all business.
And he was quiet, yeah, he was all business, he was,
Yeah.
he was serious, but this guy was saying, oh, he's peaked, he's past his peak, all respect to him, but he's past his peak, he's on the way down, I'm gonna
He didn't have the
deal
hunger
with him.
left.
There's a new king. First of all, Joshua isn't the current king anyway.
Exactly.
So you're trying to say you're taking his crown. He ain't got a crown right now.
No, he hasn't.
It's Fury and it's Usyk that have got the crowns. So obviously on that note, and then Joshua just said one thing. He goes, these men are talking about peak. They ain't never seen a peak in their lives.
Yeah, no.
And he brought game to the table, man, to the ring. He dealt with him. It was very emphatic.
What I'd say is that it's his most impressive victory of 2023, which is what I want to now break down.
Yes.
Obviously, he's fought Otto Wallin.
Yes.
Before that, he fought Robert Helenius. And before that, he fought Jermaine Franklin at the start of the year. Obviously, we haven't seen Joshua be this active in years, bro. No. Since he broke out from the Olympic ranks and came into the professional ranks, when we seen him knock mans out.
Yeah.
First of all, I thought he would have knocked Jermaine Franklin out, so let's take it back to that first fight. We won't do the podcast then.
Yeah.
Now we are, so we could talk about it.
Yeah.
Franklin, I really did think he'd beat him up in the sense that he's coming off the back of the 2 losses to Usyk.
Yeah.
He tried to fight a fight. I want to talk about them as well then, because you said that styles make fight as well, so, and I think I kind of convinced you now over with the combos that we're having that, this guy did not let his hands go for 24 rounds.
Yeah.
Literally, look, Chisora did, and if he went in with more of the bully mentality instead of, tippy-tappy, I'm a chess, but, I'm going to show him the sweet science of boxing. You're not about that, mate. Usyk's better than you at that. We knew
Even Dubois had success against Usyk.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
A lot of success.
Yeah.
To a lot of man, that wasn't a low blow. To a lot of man, it was a low blow. It's very controversial.
So there's no denying or doubting that Joshua definitely could have given a lot better in them 2 fights.
Especially
100%.
then on the back of that, did you think you'd have knocked Franklin out, and how did that whole fight?
Yeah, obviously I'll be real with you. I didn't know that much about Jermaine Franklin, but I did see a lot of him in the build-up.
Yeah.
Judging him from the build-up and from the highlights that I watched, etc., it didn't seem nothing to me. I thought it'd be a walk in the park. Obviously, coming off 2 losses, you can kind of understand why the approach was pragmatic.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want to suffer a 3rd L, but at the same time, I know what you're saying. You'd want to make a statement as well, which he didn't. And then following it up in the Helenius fight, I think he did okay.
Yeah, 7th round.
It was a very good knockout. It was a very good knockout.
Bided his time.
And I'm sure he did it quicker than...
No, Wilder did it in the first round too. We're going to get into Wilder.
Who else fought him? Has Fury not fought Helenius?
I know. I'm sure that he hasn't fought Helenius, right? So from them two, obviously, Wilder got the first round. Helenius then came in as a replacement for Dillian Wright, who failed the drug test.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously, props to him for that, to come in, held his ground for 7 rounds, gave Joshua a bit of a fight. But that was a knockout that people wanted to see. Coming into this one, Wallin That's what I mean. 5 rounds in that they've thrown the towel in. 5 rounds,
Yeah,
is that all
I
it
mean,
is?
for me, I'll be honest with you, I wanted to see at least another round or two. I wanted Joshua to properly knock him out.
This guy's got
And
no
he
heart.
would have knocked him out 100. Yeah, no heart. All this talk in the press conferences
Bullshit.
about this and that. I'm going to deal with him. I'm going to do this to him. He's at his peak. He looked like he was done. He looked like his peak was Fury.
100%. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's it. It's done. He lived off that.
So
What's his prospects now? He's now just a fight for people, innit? If you know what I mean. Just a name on the list. Or he fought Joshua and he fought Fury.
I think he just have to find a few smaller fights, and if he can win them and gain his rankings higher again, then
I think he's done. He's finished out here. As
It's
Muhammad
not
Hijab would
good
say.
enough yet.
He's
It's not
finished.
good enough.
You're finished.
You're finished.
Right? So, out of 10, what would you give Joshua's year, 2023?
Well, he's won all his fights, so there's no.
No, but the rating in it, like, so like 8 out of 10, 7.
I'd probably give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, because he's done what he needed to do. He's got them wins back. He's back in contention. The fans have more belief in him again after this last display, especially. He just looks a lot different.
Yo, bro, I think he's changing his trainer too much as well. He changed him for Franklin, then he changed him again, and now he's got Ben Davidson.
Yeah,
I think that's going on too much.
Ben Davidson is a good trainer, though, so I do really like Ben Davidson.
Do you think that's the one that he should stick with now and move forward
I
with
think
Ben
it
Davidson?
seems like they've got a good connection. I know it's only been this one fight, and it's been a few, the matter of a month or two. It wasn't even long. He only employed him not long ago, so I know it's not been that long. But from what I've seen, what I've been watching, the interviews and everything, the connection seems good. I think you should stick with him. If it's not broken, don't change it.
Yeah. So, all right. They're saying that Joshua could be fighting Filip Hrgović next for the IBF title, who obviously fought on the card.
Same card, yeah.
Who did he fight?
Ajit.
No, he didn't fight Ajit.
Oh shit!
Oh, he's got Ajit in his head. We'll get to
I thought it was a trick question.
No, man. I'm genuinely asking you. I'm saying Ajit was the other guy, but who did Filip Hrgović fight? Mark Demori, the Australian.
Demori, the Buddha.
Why the hell did I ask you
the
like
Buddha,
that?
Sorry.
Because I hit you with the sick one. Who tells Mark Demori? They don't know who Mark Demori is.
You know what? He even got me with this one, yeah. So Mark Demori is a previous opponent of none other than David Hay back in 2016.
Bro, what the
so
hell?
when I told Didi that it was the name Mark Demori, he says, I'm pretty sure he fought David Hay back in the day. So I've had to go on Google, check it out, and confirm. It was a very familiar name, but I'll be real with you, I didn't remember.
That's a dead fight.
I just remembered the name, I didn't remember he fought.
That's how I remembered that he fought David Hay, dead fight, one of his tune-ups. Hrgović is the current IBF holder, right? Yes. Because it's going to be vacated
If when them two after, because they're going to, Fury and Usyk are going to have a rematch no matter what happens.
Yeah.
So it's going to automatically get vacated.
And now Joshua is in contention to fight for that title, and I
against
think
Hrgović
with the 3 victories and the confidence riding into it, and the prospect of becoming a 3-time world champion, following in the footsteps of his hero, his role model Muhammad Ali. I think that's what he wants to do. We'll analyse that when it comes to it, how great it is of an achievement, if it is going to be a great achievement, because look who he's fighting. A staunch critic, a skeptic could say he's taking the very, very easy route like we do about England in the football.
Well, to be honest with you,
and again,
the argument that goes there is you can only beat what's in front.
And I was just about to say,
the first time he won the IBF title, it was against Charles Martin.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you remember. And that guy did not come for anything.
Nothing.
I'm telling you, I would have got in that ring and lasted longer.
100%.
I would have got knocked out, but I would have lasted longer.
No, that's it, definitely. Yeah. Second time, Andy Ruiz, because after he lost the shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Andy Ruiz, he just wasn't ready. Like, he didn't expect, like, when you look at Andy Ruiz, I don't think he did any homework on him, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
He was a cocky prick.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, he's just another boxer. I'm this, I'm that.
And it's my American debut in New York. Yeah. Again, the whole Ali thing, I think he was believing his own hype.
That guy is deceivingly quick, bro.
Yeah.
Deceivingly quick,
I want to see him again.
I'd love to see Andy Ruiz, man. He's there. He's
talking of Andy Ruiz, right? Obviously, he could be the next opponent of, we possibly think, Joseph Parker. So segueing into that, so Joseph Parker, Deontay Wilder. What did we witness there, mate?
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. You know, I expected Wilder to come out, prove a point. He's been out of the ring. You know, the losses to Fury, you know, he's still to prove that he's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
He's
but
not.
He's lost it, man. He's gone.
He's not even in the
finished.
list of the greatest heavyweights after that performance.
He's
as well.
finished, man. It was awful. There
Awful.
was not any attacking impetus at all.
He come for the money.
He came for the money. He didn't even. I can't even remember if he landed anything, man.
No.
Honestly.
Once in the 9th round, when he tried to set his feet, you know, I'm being genuinely, I'm trying to
But
remember.
nothing serious enough.
Absolutely nothing of note.
Nothing serious enough to knock Parker.
All his career, we've known that the guy can't box. Let's be real. But it's never been exposed. Not even against Fury was it exposed as much as this. Like, he looked frozen, bro. Like, what are you doing? Parker's,
I think
so short.
psychologically, the losses to Fury have resulted in what we've seen. I think he's done.
A shell of the form.
He's
his
been
former
in.
self.
It's like, for example, when Amir Khan came back out of retirement.
Yeah,
it went to the same. Obviously, like Amir Khan performed better than that, but you could just
I don't
tell
know.
that they're halfway in retirement. No, he dealt with that Italian guy, man.
No, but then remember Burke.
Yeah,
That's what I mean in it.
Yeah,
So
no.
you know what?
But this was just awful, man. Like,
and he
we
came out
expected
post.
Wilder to knock
He's
him
come out
out.
post fight saying, yeah, you know, I'm thinking about staying and blah 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 and carrying on my career. Nah, mate, just pack your bags and go.
Do you know what?
Leave.
Credit to Parker, man, because as awful as Wilder was, you wouldn't blame him, you know, if he was a bit more pragmatic. The first 2 rounds of that fight, they didn't even barely touch each other.
No.
It was Parker trying the odd little, you know, jab or little poke.
I think he worked him out in the first 2 rounds, didn't he?
And then after that, he's realised, like, this guy's
Good
nothing.
knee. Yeah, good
Yeah.
knee, man.
And he kept hitting him with his shot, right overhand.
Yeah. Oh,
He
what
was
that
going
was.
at him with his whole body.
That's what I loved there.
And I saw that same face that I saw in Wilder versus Fury. Custom, I saw that, not to the same extent.
Not to the- yeah, yeah, I
But
know
I
what you
saw
mean.
the same face in that fight at one point. I'm telling you.
Like, yo,
He was scared. Yeah, he was
I'm
scared,
scared,
man.
and it's not gonna.
Not Malcolm Mouth, but
It's not my night.
the cops
Yeah,
have come from a
100%. I think he knew he was in his night. Do you think he should carry on then? No. That's my opinion.
personally,
Sorry.
no.
I answered him.
He's made his name in boxing. He was
With the
amazing knockout artist, man. Let's be real, man. Like,
One of the
it
greatest
doesn't
I've seen
matter.
for
You
knockout
can
artists.
say, oh, he hasn't fought the most amazing people.
Again, you
in
knock
terms
out
of-
who's in front of you.
But you knock out who's in front of you. Like, Joshua didn't knock Franklin out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, as a knockout artist, there's no doubt in
So-
that. In that regard, I still had the thing with Wilder that all the way up until the 11th round, I gave up hope. When did you give up hope?
Towards the same time,
It was
I
actually
kept telling like whoever I was with at the time. I says, look at this. He's gonna come in at some point.
That's what I mean.
He's just being patient. He's being patient. He's biding his time. He's gonna get it. He's gonna land that one shot. Surely that one clean shot, which
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
he can
yeah,
land on
yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
but
yeah.
he's done.
Joseph Parker's
Done.
also lost against Joshua White and who's the other Brit that he lost to? Joe Joyce, right?
Joyce.
Who's lost to Jelly Zhang recently.
Yes.
So it's a bit of a pinball
Yeah,
situation going on in the heavy.
Gile Zhang's there as well.
So would you say Gile Zhang to fight Parker next to Andy Ruiz? One of them two?
Yeah, one of them too.
It'd be a good fight, innit?
Personally, I'd say
Exciting for the
they've
fans.
all got. It's not just Parker. They've all got to build their rep, because at the moment, top dog is Fury.
Yeah.
Usyk, you can't deny, even though we're not his biggest fans. As a boxer, we know what he brings to the
You can't
table.
deny he's a champion.
He's got all the titles. Well, most of the titles. So it's them two, and now Joshua with this resounding win, he's put himself, I'd say, in 3rd position right now.
But do you know what, with me, with Joshua, everyone's like, Eddie Hearn, yeah, is obviously, I know he's a promoter in his job. Credit to him, obviously, he's one of the best that's ever done it, to ever do it as well.
Yes.
To come out straight after the fight and said he's the best heavyweight in the world right now. Mate, he lost to Usyk twice. I ain't got amnesia. I'll tell you straight, I ain't got amnesia.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna forget the manner in which he lost, and that's why I know you're probably thinking I'm being me, where I get a bit harsh sometimes and go a bit extra, but I ain't got amnesia, like I said, yeah. It don't leave my head that he didn't throw his hands for 24 rounds, bro. Remember part 2 before we were texting each other, we go, we wish Joshua comes back, man. I can see a bit of fire in him, I can see a dog in him.
The thing now is, Didi, I agree with you 100%, but he's on a path now where he's going to have to face that road again anyway, sooner or later.
You think?
It's either Usyk or Fury. Obviously, we believe Fury is going to deal with Usyk, even if it's a rematch. Both times he'll deal with him. And then eventually it'll be Fury, then what? It has to be. if he aspires to become unified champion in the heavyweight division, either that or Fury's going to win it all and vacate it. I don't know. You don't know with Fury, do you? You don't know what's going to come next, so...
The thing with the Gypsy King...
I think these guys
I think what you do know about the Gypsy King is cojones are the biggest in the bloody heavyweight division. He went to Klitschko's backyard,
Calls out everyone,
knocked him.
man.
No, there's one thing calling him also.
Calling going.
But he went to bloody Dusseldorf and he won the title off him. Went to America.
11 years unbeaten.
Fury's different level, bro. And that's why I forgive him. I know recently we were saying in the group he's getting a bit tired. So when I thought back to it, I thought, yo, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King can say what he wants. He can mess about how much he wants. If he wants to put a fight on, put it on. If he wants to call it off, I think
the reason why we've criticised him a bit recently is the Ngannou performance, innit?
Yeah, it's left a sour taste.
I think that's probably what, you know...
Especially as boxing purists.
And, you know, if you want to be biased or if you want to be defensive for him, yeah, you can say maybe he was just thinking about the money. He thought, let me just go have a little, you know, dance around. Because he was really poor in that fight, let's be real.
Yeah,
Ngannou won that fight, you know.
Talking of that, I read that he's in contention for a rematch.
I'll be honest with you, if Ngannou is as good as we saw that night, yeah.
Oh, he's in there as well, yeah.
He is in there, lad. He is in
you're
there.
right, man. What the hell was
He's already ranked by the WBC.
Yeah, I know, in the top 10 as well.
Yes,
he's going to the top
10th.
10 off that.
10th, yeah.
Or has he
Or
got to 10th?
9th or 10th, yeah.
Bloody hell, check that out. Right,
Might
on
have
to
changed now, but
we'll do the last
that's
heavyweight
how it
fight of the night. Dopey Daniel Dubois, man.
My boy.
Destructive Daniel Dubois.
My boy.
Against...
I've always liked him, you know.
Yo, I told you, and I asked you so, but an episode one, I said, what the hell has Miller done? I've not seen him. Oh my God, I was texting you. You can go up on the text, you can show it on the screen if you want, right? I don't want to repeat the expletives that I was typing to you. This guy's a fat bear, bro. I've not seen anyone more worse than that. Oh my God, Butterbean would beat this guy. I swear on my life, Butterbean would beat him. He'd knock him out.
Alright, man.
He knocked the ref out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Bad son of a gun. I'm telling you, Butterbean would knock him out.
Bro, Bean did boxing, bloody martial arts, wrestling. Bro, this guy was just a fighter. He probably did street fights as well, the mad one.
How the hell did we get to know about who Butterbean was? It through
school.
Fight Night, man?
School.
Bro, he was in Fight Night. I'm sure this guy was in Fight Night.
You're right.
I'm telling you, Butterbean was in Fight Night, bro.
American shot.
In the American shots, the Motu.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he knocked Miller out.
Back to the fight, yeah. Sick. Dubois.
Amazing performance.
Wicked performance.
You know, to walk him down and continue doing it. I know,
you know, the thing is, when a man is, I know they're both big men, but when a man is bloody 8 stone, 9 stone heavier, then he's carrying that much weight.
Yeah, and he even looks it, if you know what I mean, like imposing.
Sorry, not 8 stone, it was 23 and he's about 16, 17, so about 6, 7
stone, man, is massive.
It's a lot of weight, bro. My man coming at 333 pounds, bro.
I'm telling you, he couldn't move.
I know he can't. I said this. I said he's predictable. He's slow. He's not good.
He's
can,
like a
he
wardrobe
can barely
in
punch.
there.
You know, if he fought Joshua the first time, Joshua would have sparked him out.
Oh my days, sparked him out. That was the difference. Dubois, it was a unanimous decision in the end. TKO. Right,
yeah.
they threw the towel in.
They had to stop it, didn't they?
However, if it was Joshua, mate, you're right. It would have been that was Joshua pre Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
So he had that thing.
He had that fire.
Especially
with him, he didn't like him.
Plus, he spoke about giving his mum's rent and all that. Yeah, which
he said it again, didn't he?
Said it again. I like that.
Again,
no, well, you know what? He started the Joshua for no reason pre-fight as well. All this talk. That's what I mean, man.
He goes, Wilder will put you in the morgue and I'll put you in the hospital. I thought that is one of the shittest. Don't get me wrong. He did bring a bit of, even though we don't like him, yeah. He bought a bit of. You got to give him this. He brought a bit of hype to the conference, innit? Even though it's bullshit, whatever he was chatting.
Shall we be real? He made the conference. Shall we be real?
Because no one else said it.
And we're going to get to this at the end of it all, after we analyze the fight.
Wallin said his little piece of crap, but he's got no
Joshua was all business this time.
Joshua was quiet. He's like, why is Eddie not asking me questions?
Yeah. He's just enough flexing, like, I'm the man.
Like, fuck Dave. Yeah.
Wilder as well.
Wilder was very respectful, man, with everyone.
Wasn't Wilder?
Yeah, with everyone. But he did say that it would be sleep time. That was all bullshit. No, he wouldn't. My man was asleep himself, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
My man put himself to sleep.
And he put me to sleep.
Do you know what I mean?
Sleep and everyone else to sleep, man. What
Dr.
the hell,
Sleep.
man? Dr. Sleep. Allow that. Jarell Miller, is he ended? Is he finished out here? I can't see a future for that guy at all.
Not at the...
No, at any level.
Not the title level.
I swear down, not even at like a European, you know, that domestic level.
He'll knock some bums out.
Who's he knocking out?
He's got weight. He's got weight though.
He can't move though, G. All you have to do is tippy-tappy around him a little bit, you're beating him.
Yeah, but there's a lot of heavyweights out there that are like him. Not as big as him, but they like can't move.
I'm telling
like
you,
that.
Butterbean could move though, couldn't he?
Butterbean could move.
Straight up, man.
BB.
Baby banging Jarell Miller, big baby. They're BB,
First round
BB.
knockout.
First round knockout after that performance.
He was that fighter that used to go out for him.
Destructive Daniel Dubois, what's next for him, mate? Has he proved that point to himself finally that he can do it?
Again, them names that we were throwing around.
So he's in that
And of course he is. Of course he is. And you know the mad thing is, he's the youngest out of them all. He's
Yeah,
about
he is.
26, 27.
He is.
However old he is, something like that, yeah.
So do you think it was a bit unfair that they were already kind of writing him off pre-fight? Like, oh yeah, if he loses this, he could be finished. Why?
I mean, his losses that he had, Joe Joyce and Usyk.
Joe Joyce has lost a lot of what he built up, bro, because he beat Dubois and he beat Parker, which were big on his...
And then he went a step backwards. But the thing is, we can't sleep on Jile Zhang as well. You know what?
Now.
The heavyweight division, don't get me wrong, it's not quite the Ali era, yeah.
Never will be.
Obviously, it'll never be that era, and it'll never
And
be.
it wasn't what it...
Go on, sorry.
It could, you know, about 4 years ago, if they actually made the fights back then...
Yeah, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've let it stagnate.
But
There's still some good fights.
I think the main reason you're saying that is because of Wilder, really. Because he's the only one that's fully fallen off. Fury's still hitting it. Joshua seems to have got his spark back.
But that's what I mean. So
Parker's on the rise again.
If 4 years ago, if they made them fight, then you would have said, all right, yeah.
Wilder, innit? It's
Yeah.
Wilder.
Now he's gone.
He's
finished.
gone,
He's out
innit?
here.
We need a new replacement.
Definitely. Right, so Dmitry Bivol was very good.
Maybe that might be your new replacement right there.
What?
Dmitry Bivol.
In the heavyweight? No, I don't think Bivol's moving up heavyweight. So
Why not?
he doesn't knock people out. I was expecting him to knock Lyndon Artur out as well. I don't know why he doesn't do this. I think it's been 5 years since his last knockout. Believe it or not, Dmitry Bivol, right? And you compare that to Bertrbiev, right? On the other end of the spectrum, who kicks the knockout over anyone,
He could move.
right? And them two
That's his
need to get it
potential.
on.
I think that's his.
That's
next
the fight that
potential
needs to
fight.
happen now, right?
Yeah.
So he beat Artur. Artur was never in his league, let's be real. Forget even analysing that fight, right? Bivol should be fighting Bertrbiev
I think
next.
we always said that he was going to dominate Arthur.
100%.
But you know what? We'll just give a quick 30 seconds on it. Because you got to give him credit for not getting knocked out.
No, that's what I mean, yeah.
He's getting slapped up, bro.
Peppered.
He's getting slapped up,
It was a
bro.
clinic from Bivol.
Especially, there was one point where he just go... tuk, tuk, tuk.
Yeah. That's what's in. That's
could
literally
hear the
my-
shots.
That's in my. That's the visual in my head.
And he just kept...
Yeah, you're right. I rated him.
He shimmied and stuff. Well, he was getting caught on the hand a lot, and he did take a few. He did okay, but they're in a different class.
No,
man.
100%. And
In a
for
different class.
that reason and that reason only, I was a bit disappointed in Bivol for not knocking him out because I was on. I kind of got to the edge of my seat saying, "Go on then, go on then."
And the mad thing is,
Man, no, go on then, put me back.
the mad thing is, literally, there were knockouts all the way, weren't there?
Yeah, there was.
Was it up until that
Him,
fight?
yeah.
It was up until that fight.
And then Parker obviously won in unanimous, and there was no more knockouts then open after that.
Well, the other one was TKO as well, wasn't it? Or correct?
Who's the other one? You
Joshua.
can mention it.
No, Joshua. No.
Ajit
Oh,
against
Ajit.
Mahmoudov. That's the. There you go. That was the fight of the night, man. We missed it. That was the first night fight of the
So
whole night.
they're also in the heavyweight division, so we got a...
That's just MMA mess about, innit?
No,
So,
they've got decent records, man. I don't know who they fought, but they've got decent records. bro.
Ajit
Kabayel!
Ajit 24 and 16 KOs.
16 knockouts, bro.
IG, I don't know who them 16 people are, but he's knocked them out and he's done them in. Right, Frank Sanchez is in the heavyweight division as well, just to round it off now. He's who Jarell Miller and these lot. That's the now level that they all at now. Top 10.
Fight one of
below
these.
top
I
10.
think Jarell should fight Mahmoudov. Let Mahmoudov deal with him.
What's the point?
Then retire.
So Bivol next fight. So do you think he should go to Bertrbiev? I don't think he will, but that's really the fight that I want to see.
I mean, I back him in my pound for pound list, so go for Bertrbiev and deal with him.
you know what? I think if he fought Bertrbiev, he'd lose.
He could.
Because remember, when we made our pound for pound list based on December, whatever it was, the day that we made it.
Yes.
You know, it always changes. It always
I think,
change.
you know what it is? He's got the talent to beat anyone in that division.
Mm.
There's not much talent in that division, but he has got the talent to beat anyone in that division.
Right,
and if he does make a step up, then I wouldn't mind it.
What did you make then of the whole event? So let's talk about that. Give our views on the whole event. Atmosphere.
I think atmosphere was dead as anything, man. Like, I've seen funerals with more, like...
It was awful, bro. York Hall, York Hall Boxing Hall in London has a better atmosphere than this, and they spent all this money on it. And is it really the future of boxing, so?
I mean,
due to the money,
them people, they're not going to say no because the money is just too good. It's irresistible.
100%.
So, is it the future of boxing? Yes. Why? Because of the money. Are fans going to enjoy it as much? No. Why? Because
you could tell
the atmosphere is dead.
The atmosphere was dead.
Do the boxers enjoy it as much? I don't even think they enjoy it as much either.
No.
But for them, you got to remember, it's a paycheck for the family.
Oh no, 100%. They'll always take it.
They'll always take it.
So that's why, in that sense,
you're gonna take 10 million over 1.5 million.
Yeah.
You're gonna take 50 million over 10 million.
Let's see. I don't know, man. It was really disappointing.
It was disappointing, but
you could hear the bloody trainers, everything they say.
You could hear every punch.
You could hear every punch.
Every punch.
You could hear the analysts on the side. You think, what the hell, man? You won't have that. You're going on like it's when we've seen.
It sounded like fights. You know what it sounded like. Northern Division. Like
Conference League.
That type.
When
of
COVID was during COVID, the football games that we were watching.
When you had
like
some
you could hear the
fans,
manager,
and when you've got some fans that are breaking rules and they're just around the stadium on the outside.
When they were there,
they're making a bit of noise. And
when you could hear like Fernandinho talking to Kevin De Bruyne all the time whenever they were playing. You could hear the players and everything.
It was so bad. It was so bad that they started playing
tunes over the mic
and fake fun celebrations.
But
they should have done this for this event. That's how dead it was,
bro. Even the lead up to the event, like we said, it was Jarell Miller who made it. Jarell Miller, the worst fighter of it all, made the bloody lead up to the fight. They need to really sort it out because the best thing about it was the trailer.
Yeah, and obviously the card.
The card let us down, if you ask me.
No, as in how it looked on paper.
How it looked on paper, but actually. Overall, I'd give this event a 6 out of 10. Thank you very much for getting it on for the boxing fans. But it was boring, man.
I'd give it a 5.5, 5.
Did it really excite us? Are we saying, we want to see the next one in Saudi, the next Riyadh season event? Not really.
I don't specifically want to, but if they're gonna make exciting fights,
I want the atmosphere to match it.
They're not gonna offer the same money in England where they're gonna have all these all-stars fighting. Just say, imagine we had Gervonta Davis, Terence Crawford.
That would be a good division to get the star fights. I know
Canelo, you've got all these, bro. Eyes would turn differently.
But
you'd want to watch it regardless.
Obviously, in that sense,
in terms of atmosphere, do the fans like it? Do the boxers like it? I don't think so. But again, Didi, what does it all come down to?
The P, mate, the P. Right, go on to the final part of boxing for this episode is the man, the myth, the legend, Inoue. Oh. He knocked out Marlon Tapales in Tokyo in the 10th round to become a two-way undisputed champion. IBF, WBA, WBC and WBO bantamweight and super bantamweight champion. Knockout. Only the second male boxer to unify two divisions after the one and only Terence Bud Crawford. So I told you, mate, Inoue is the guy. Watch out for him. And his next fight will be in about May time. Who is he going to fight? Sam Goodman, unbeaten Aussie there, 17-0 WBO and IBF. Luis Neri for the WBC.
Mexican badman.
Yeah, 35-1. And those are the two that he's got lined up next for himself. And check this out, right? He landed 114 of 146 power punches throughout the full fight. The guy threw 146 of the power punches and landed 114 of them. So he goes for it. He goes for it, G.
That's crazy.
Right? I want you to check out the highlights of that knockout. And anyone else who hasn't seen Inoue yet, just go into YouTube. You'll find a good little compilation.
We'll start hearing more about him when he comes to
European and American countries as well to fight.
And the bigger divisions,
Right, who we are next in, so where we ending here?
Go up to UFC.
And on UFC 297, what's the latest news?
So the latest news is Dominic Reyes versus Carlo Ulberg has been cancelled.
We've got to tell him, what are you laughing at, bro? Dominic Reyes, he was meant to fight Ulberg in the light heavyweight division.
I've not seen this Ulberg guy yet. I don't know if you have. But
no, I haven't.
I'll be real, I haven't seen him yet. But
I've seen Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Reyes is a good fighter.
He is a good fighter, yeah.
He's a very good stand-up fighter. And I can't remember who he fought, man. One of the last fights he fought, he actually got dealt with. I can't remember the name, man. Should have done this research.
Yeah, well, he didn't do that research, did you? Well, he's
fucked
just
up.
let you all down there,
I
yeah?
fucked up.
He's let you all down there. UFC 297.
But the other notable fight is who? Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. Blachowicz is the man. The ultimate man. I'm telling
Lewandowski's
you.
boy, yeah.
Polish power, mate. You know what? I'll tell you one fight of his that I tuned into. It was when Adesanya moved up weight to try and take the title off him. He could not do shit. This guy, and don't get me wrong, Adesanya, he gave him
Wallah, I remember that fight as well.
There you go.
That's sick.
And
Yeah, I actually remember that fight.
Adesanya actually tried his best, but just
Yeah, he did.
Blachowicz had too much.
I tell you why, I remember that fight. I
much
started
power.
getting into Israel Adesanya more because
I like Adesanya.
Yeah. I
Some
did
people
until
don't
he
like
started
it.
doing the nails and everything. That's
does he
for a
do?
different podcast.
What does he do?
He does like man, he paints his nails sometimes. I don't know if he's still doing it, but I didn't like all that, man. They put me off him more, the style bender.
Me neither.
Proper bender, man.
He's a bender.
Thank you very much.